Hi guys! I think the easiest thing to do with rhubarb is to stew it, and I always use a ratio of 300 grams of rhubarb to 1 tablespoon of sugar and a teaspoon of lemon juice. My big tip is to taste everything as you go, because depending on the time that you pull the rhubarb, the sweetness and the acidity in it is going to vary, so keep tasting it, and you can always add a bit more sugar if you need to. Rhubarb is a tart fruit, and you don't want to drown that acidity and tartness away with too much sugar, so just add a little bit. A lot of recipes I always think call for way too much sugar. It's just not needed. Celebrate the tartness of that rhubarb. Stew it for about 10 minutes over a medium heat. Don't stir it around the pan too much because you'll break the rhubarb down and it'll lose its shape. The idea is these little pieces are still holding their shape, and if you poke them with a fork they should still hold together. I've had a huge glut of rhubarb, so some of it I've frozen into little portion sized bags, and then I can take these out and defrost them and put them on the top of yogurts or ice cream. Rose and ginger both work really well to complement the flavours of the rhubarb, and I think they make a nice addition if you're going to be making a rhubarb crumble. My crumble topping is a mix of oats, flour and butter, and there is a tablespoon of sugar in there. Then you just bake it in the oven on top of the crumble for 15 minutes at 170 degrees. I think that rhubarb and custard is a classic recipe, but how about turning that custard into ice cream? I've actually used Mary Berry's custard recipe here, and then just before the ice cream is finished churning, you add in some of your stewed rhubarb. The next recipe is for a rhubarb jelly. You stew your rhubarb for a little bit longer, and this time you want to stir it up and let it really break down. And for every 300 grams of rhubarb, add 50 ml of water. Strain the stewed rhubarb and then add gelatine to that liquid. Simmer it over a medium heat until those gelatine sheets have totally dissolved. And there you have it, 4 ways with rhubarb. What have you been making with your rhubarb? Thanks for watching guys, see you next week.